This is a message from the government.
Hello and welcome to That Was the Woke That Was, a summary of all the brilliant progressive things that have happened this month.
We thought about writing actual jokes for this episode, but nothing will ever be funnier than people who thought this year would be better than 2020. It's only a month old, and if it was a baby in ancient Sparta, it would have been taken outside and drowned by now.
There is good news, however.
What, the peaceful transition of power?
No, a new season of Vikings is out. On January the 6th, fueled by the belief that the only way to preserve democracy is to stop election results from being duly certified, protesters, led by part-time shaman and full-time retard Jake Angeli, stormed the Senate.
Finally, a right-wing lunatic that the gay community can get behind. Tragically, several people were killed in the process. One casualty was seen carrying a "Don't Tread on Me" sign before being promptly trodden on.
The reaction of the liberal media was a predictable mixture of horror and ejaculation, and with good reason. It was now clear that Donald Trump had become a personality cult, a problem solved by his successor Joe Biden, who has no personality.
In all fairness, President Biden gave a rousing inauguration speech which inspired millions of people, especially those who were gullible enough to believe it.
Having promised to bring unity, he delivered on day one with an executive order that made sure everyone can compete in women's sports, no matter how many dicks they may have.
Finally, they've made women's sports interesting.
Vladimir Putin, or as I call him, Uncle Vlad, is furious at this cultural appropriation, as Russia has been including men in its female athletics teams for generations.
Britain's premier fat scarecrow impersonator and part-time Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, was asked about whether Joe Biden is woke and gave a typically eloquent answer.
Do you think, as some senior politicians in Britain seem to, that President Biden is woke?
I can't comment on that.
Biden's vice president, Kamala Harris's claim to fame is that she imprisoned thousands of black men for marijuana offences, inconveniencing college kids everywhere. When asked about her own weed use, she was full of regret.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like in
And
college,
I inhale. I did inhale.
Her love of inhaling is something her and President Biden have in common.
That was the choice at the election. One candidate wanted to fuck his daughter, the other wanted to fuck yours.
In the meantime, Twitter CEO and hipster Fagin Jack Dorsey banned the leader of the free world from the platform. The move was widely celebrated by people who really should know better.
However, Twitter did decide to keep the accounts of well-known free speech activists, the Chinese Communist Party, terrorist group Lashkar-e-Taiba, and The Guardian.
Although, to be fair to The Guardian, unlike the CCP, they would never sterilize women. They don't believe in the concept of gender. Trillionaire Lex Luthor impersonator and Amazon founder Jeff Bezos then nuked social media platform Parler. The non-fictional supervillain now controls all the web servers in the world, making him the most powerful baldy since Dr. Evil.
In summary, Donald Trump is now being impeached for a second time. Joe Biden is delighted as he can't remember the first time. The news really excited Chuck Schumer.
Make no mistake, there will be a trial, and when that trial ends, senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the election.
Nancy Pelosi, on the other hand, was extremely disappointed.
And now, I sadly, and with her heart broken over what this means to our country, of a president who would incite insurrection, will sign the engrossment of the article of impeachment.
Here's some behind-the-scenes footage of Speaker Pelosi in more.
Oh, God. Oh, yes.
One benefit of the Biden victory is that the era of woke comedy is finally over. Late-night comedy shows unleashed a satirical barrage on the new administration.
You did it. You survived the last 4 years. Today, This country showed the world that there is no my pillow large enough to smother our democracy.
Seriously, anyone else feel like they just lost 280 pounds? Democracy prevails.
Can't believe they forgot to mention he's orange.
Does anyone feel like they lost 280 pounds?
Yeah, that's how we felt in Britain when you took James Corden off our hands, mate. In other news, Britain has now been infected with an extra deadly foreign strain of COVID-19. People complained immigrants like me were taking up housing. Now we're freeing it up.
Let's hope for a Polish strain. That would get the job done twice as quickly. Finally, even I can get on the housing ladder.
Beachfront bungalow in Eastbourne, here I come. Anyway, the virus is now completely out of control, but don't worry, Boris has a plan.
Freshly circumcised penis Chris Whitty has finally succeeded in closing all the schools due to COVID-19. If this carries on, kids will have no idea how to spell COVID or indeed count to 19.
You thought children were stupid now. Just wait till they grow up and make this guy look intelligent.
The only ones who've had it worse are the parents, who've suddenly been confronted by the fact that their kids are complete bellends. Turns out it isn't the teacher's fault that little Humphrey isn't achieving in school. It's your shit genes.
Parents everywhere have realized they don't love their children as much as they thought they did. Except, of course, Boris Johnson, who's never met his.
How many children do you have, Prime Minister? Shall we talk about Brexit?
No, it's more boring than a Zoom quiz with your nan.
What about the fact that the EU is trying to block us from getting the vaccine we paid for?
What a surprise. Your bitter ex is furious that you moved on and won't let you spend Christmas with your 2 little vaccines.
I just want to see Oxford and Pfizer. They're only 9 months old.
Man up. In cultural news, according to Russell T Davies, only gay actors should play gay characters.
Kevin Spacey was ahead of his time.
What about being even more progressive? Should only pedo actors play pedo characters?
I told you, Kevin Spacey was ahead of his time.
The casting process for gay roles is going to be brilliant.
Hi, I'm Francis, and I'm here to audition for the part of gay guy number 3.
Excellent.
And that's how I got my job at TRIGGERnometry.
Thank you for watching. That was the work that was for January 2021.
On behalf of everyone at TRIGGERnometry, remember to stay in your care home, save lives, and most importantly of all, don't have any of the wrong opinions.